Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube segment, I want to talk about current situation with the coronavirus slash COVID-19. Now, some of you may have heard, some of you may have not, but on July 10th, we had an unprecedented reported number of confirmed coronavirus cases in the United States, close to 67,000. The United States total right now is over 3 million as far as confirmed cases go, and there's over 130,000 deaths that have been confirmed at this point. Uh, if people are taking this lightly and they're mocking this, I really would suggest that you don't do that anymore. The thing about this is, though, you do have some people, some conspiracy theorists out there that think that this is a hoax, and I mean anything is possible, theoretically possible, but thing about this is I really would not want to say this, but there's something that tells me that this is actually very real and veracious, that this is something that really exists. I think what could be happening with some people, at least whether it's conscious or subconscious level, I think there's people out there that really don't want to face this possibility that something that this deadly, that can be this perilous or at least this damaging as far as um, something this debilitating, that it could actually exist. Maybe it's putting those people in a very strong state of fear and trepidation. The thing about this is, though, for those out there, that the conspiracy theorists, the people that think that this might be a hoax, the only way that may be, I would think, I mean, there might be other theories, I'm sure there's other theories out there, but if there was something that was skewed, like with the testing equipment, that there was a test, maybe the test that shows where when people are positive, that maybe it would be actually it's really registering something positive for something else, but it's stating that it's for the coronavirus. I'm sure there's people out there that may believe that. I really don't think that's really the case, because here's the thing. For people out there, I mean, that think that this is a complete hoax and fabrication and prevarication or what have you, could you really imagine? I mean, you'd have to have, I would think, a lot of doctors and people in healthcare professions, physicians, nurse practitioners that would be in on it. You would think. Now, if it was something where I was stating before, just about if it was something that involved the health of the testing equipment, the tests themselves, that were flawed somehow, that were actually testing for something else, that would actually be testing for something else positive, like the flu or pneumonia, and it was really it's stating as an illusion that it's for this coronavirus COVID-19. That could be a possibility, but the doctors were not. I couldn't really see many doctors and nurse practitioners, people in the health field, the people that are doing the testing, that they would be cognizant of it, because why wouldn't somebody have come forward by now? That's another thing too, and say that this is completely fake. Yes, you might have some people out there that really don't believe that this thing is really real and it's authentic or what have you. But what I'm saying is there would have been some kind of major report by now, and not just speculation, conjecture. Major report that said that this thing, okay, this is not being tested for this. Somebody out there that knows about this, I would think, would have said something. That whoever is actually in the production field of this testing equipment, of the tests themselves that are designed to test positive or negative for COVID-19, aka the coronavirus. Some of you may have also heard that there was a report, I saw it on Yahoo News, and what the report stated was that there was a man, I think it was a man, I know it was a person, that when he's like 30 years old, went to some kind of party or some place where there were some people, I guess he knew, who were congregating or what have you, And it was basically, I guess they were trying to see if this COVID-19 was a hoax or not. And according to the report, he went to the party and he wound up dying. I don't remember if he was wearing a mask or not, but I'm saying presumably it would be safe to say he probably wasn't wearing one, but that's something you'd have to look up and confirm online. But the thing about this is, this thing is only escalating and ascending and only threatens to get worse in the United States. I've had at least one person talk to me about making overly negative videos, but this is not about a propensity to make negative videos. This is about speaking the veritable truth in my mind, what I think is realistic. And I think this very realistic Dr. Fauci is a native New Yorker. I'm from New York originally. Dr. Fauci, uh, some of you may know me from my astrology YouTube channel. Dr. Fauci has his Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury in Sagittarius people often speak the veritable truth and what they believe. That's that unabashed truth, whether it might hurt somebody or not. Sometimes it's positive, what's being said. Sometimes it could be negative, but Dr. Fauci, part of the reason, I mean, he stated, so I don't remember his exact words, but something about he feels he's been silenced by television is because he speaks the truth. A lot of people don't want to hear it. Dr. Fauci is not, I believe he stated he's not going to sugarcoat things. I mean, that's, you're talking about a very blunt and outspoken Mercury and Sagittarius person. Yes, he has a Capricorn sun, which of course can articulate things a little bit more tact and diplomacy. But when you have that Sagittarius Mercury blended, and that's going to obviously modify things in one's chart, even if you have a number of indicators that show a strong proclivity toward tact and diplomacy. And I want to tell people, this person had, again, I want to go back to that person. I went to this party or whatever it was. He was very, I mean, you talk about, you know, the arrogance of some people. I felt like he was arrogant. There's been, yeah, I saw some other report, I think it was like in Alabama or something, where somebody went somewhere and they got, you know, they went to some, they went to some other place where they had some friends that were congregating, and there was, I don't know if anybody actually got COVID-19 from it, but they went there, and you know, they went with a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people there, I guess, and so at least I'm sure at least one person contracted it, but you got to look that up online too. I'm sorry, I don't have the full details on it, but there was something that happened in Alabama which just shows, you know, really, you know, how preposterous people can actually be, and the fact that they're not taking this seriously is going to be really to one's detriment. And it's real, I mean, and it could be to a lot of other people's detriment, because you know what happens is, if you're going to take, you know, a carefree attitude about this and act like, hey, nothing's going to happen to me, I'm invincible, I'm impervious to any of these things. Oh, it's got a very low mortality rate, it's only like, you know, 4 or 5% or whatever, I'm not going to worry about it. There's even people that I saw something online where they would actually be willing to take you know, and it's like on Facebook or something, that they will be willing to take an injection of the COVID-19 if they got paid enough money, if they got a prodigious amount of money for doing so. I mean, is your life not worth anything? I mean, I don't know if I would do it for $1 million. I don't know if it really would be worth it. I really want to live at least 20 more years. I'm 50 years old right now. I would love to live like to at least 70 anyway. And I really don't know if you could put a price on one's life. And the thing is, it's a shame because my channel, of course, and I don't want to be overly redundant, this channel I have actually does not get, you know, prodigious amount of views on it. This probably will not get many views. Maybe I'll try to promote this on Facebook. I don't know. I don't know if that's really going to do much good, because anybody that has any experience and knowledge of trying to promote and boost their videos on Facebook, they have to spend a really exorbitant amount to get any kind of substantial viewership as a result of doing so. So I really don't have much more to say about this. I just really hope that people really start taking their precautions a little bit more and being more prudent regarding matters with the coronavirus, and that they really need to people really need to be wary and really use their intelligence. And what hurts is with all these people in the United States, I can guarantee you don't have to be mediumistic or be psychic or very intuitive or whatever to know that there has to be people that are college educated, that have very high IQs, that are acting nearly oblivious to this matter. That this is something that is, to them, that it's insignificant, that it can't escalate. Well, Dr. Fauci had said that he would not be surprised if this thing, coronavirus, is going to escalate to a point when we're going to get about 100,000 confirmed cases a day. We already hit nearly 67,000 on July 10th. I think it's conceivable in 2 weeks from now. Mark this down. Very possible, if we're at the rate we're going, unless something miraculous happens and people start actually getting a bad case of intelligence or whatever, this thing could very conceivably hit 100,000 per day 2 weeks from now. We're looking at today, today I'm doing the video is July 11, 2020. Let's see where we're at on July 25th. 2020. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I do. But unlike Dr. Fauci, I'm not nearly as smart or educated as him or knowledgeable about pandemics and viruses, debilitations, illnesses, etc. But being from New York, like he is, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm not going to try to give people a false sense of security. I do believe this is going to get worse before it gets better, and people really need to start smartening up. And I really hope you could share this video with whoever you can, because I do care about others. I do want others to understand. I'm compassionate. I don't want to see people dying unnecessarily. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.